Oh my god, planes going down, being shot down. It's, they're strafing. Oh my god! Good job on the Germans. Kamikaze knocks out the AT. And, yeah, this position got a lot more vulnerable. Hello everyone, this is Greyshot17 bringing you another COH2 replay. This is a 4v4 on Lien Forest, one of my favorite maps. And actually, oh my god, with the new patch, we're on the new patch, ladies and gentlemen. Oh boy, it's been so interesting to see. Luckily, my big fear about heavy tanks deploying earlier has not come to pass, and I'm curious to see why. The CP is lower, and again, I haven't gone with the Tiger, tried to focus on that, but maybe I'll keep checking back to see what happens in that regard. In any case, we have a good game ahead of us. No Soviet. We actually have 2 British, 2 American, with Enterprise, Mark 99, Fabio, and SC versus CPU, Jose, Illustrious, and Khazar. Already, British forces annihilating... Oh, well, hold on. The Germans are desperately trying to hold it, but I love that. I love that OKW play. Like, yoink! This MG42, it's mine! Whoop, whoop, whoop. It's like, run away! Any case. The retreat, this MG is getting back. I like CPU going all in MG base. It's just not going to work. But, if you want to submit your own replay, submit to greyshotproductions@gmail.com. Also submit plays of the week and, of course, ideas for my challenge videos. Because, by God, you love those videos. So I will continue to. I love this British player, Fabio's like, I mean, if no one else is going to take it, I guess I will. Which is hilarious because Jose's like, I'll build a building here. And he's like, no, you're not, because I'm going to decrew it, or this area before you can even build it. And I think the truck drivers just realized that. They're like, drive away, drive away. In any case, they'll decap the fuel at the very least. German forces, though, taking city pretty well. Though we have armor company in the midst. Let's see. We got scavenge doctrine. We got Festung, so a good artillery defense. More defense with Illustrious. I know why people are going Luftwaffe now. Those Fallschirmjägers are no joke. Fallschirmjägers are now literally some of the best units in this game. And I'll show why a little bit later when they become more prevalent. British infantry going to take the fuel. Meanwhile, unfortunately, Germans are still trying to fight for us. But the British pretty much have this, and with the American forces under wraps. They even have it so far. They have the territory like close to the German base. This guy's focusing a lot on support equipment. I don't think that's a good idea in the forest because it's very easy to flank. And unless you have a lot of them, which he doesn't, you're going to be knocked out pretty quickly. So he's going to play defense. I'm assuming what's going to happen is Jose's going to then focus to mid and focus here. But we'll see how things go. Meanwhile, SC is what armor company, like I mentioned. And we got our airborne company, not recon. I believe it's recon support with the Pathfinders being deployed, which we saw a little bit earlier. So they don't have the IR strike, but what they do have is just really good attack power. Like, seriously good attack power. But I digress. We have a Beaufort going up here. I guess trying to guard the 2 areas, although some incendiaries from this bush could do damage here, so always take note. If there is a defensive structure there, you can always throw fire over it to try to kill it. Meanwhile, again, one issue is we are not seeing a lot of long-range heavy artillery by the Allies, so the Axis do have it, so that is the key advantage they have in this game. And they don't exactly have a direct strike option. Yes, you have the 240s, but that's not necessarily guaranteed to hit. And again, there's armor-piercing rounds now applicable. Just keep it alive, please. Please keep it alive. That's helpful. Meanwhile, we have more defensive positions going on with the British making... Well, Fabio putting a mortar here, trying to hold this position. Actually, let's double-check everyone's rank real quick. Rank doesn't matter in this game, but it kind of gives us an idea of how this game's going to go. And honestly, if the... And I love this, because I actually had someone say, oh, I had bad teammates, even though they were playing badly earlier today. So it looks like everyone here is about equal. Allies have a little bit more play time, but everyone here should be well-known COH2 players. So, again, I'm not too worried about either side. Axis trying to push up, but even the Jaeger squads are having trouble against Pathfinders in heavy cover. Dude, don't mess with these guys. They rock. Meanwhile, we have the mortar pit over here. Looks like I said, very easy to kill. The mortar combined with maybe some incendiary forces burn that away. So that is an issue. I'll be careful with this. I would probably go here so you can kind of see more of the area so you're not ambushed. Meanwhile, British forces trying to get mid, but MG, placed by Jose, is actually pushing them back pretty quickly. Good defensive structure there, pushing back the British and keeping the fuel under Axis control. Meanwhile, City, unfortunately, Armor Company with those flamethrowers is a nut to crack indeed, because they're crack any nut that comes up into the city with their flamethrowers, essentially burning out any MG or any infantry that goes in these buildings, thinking, we're just gonna hide in here and be totally fine. No, you're not. You're gonna die, and you're gonna die very quickly from those flamethrowers. So meanwhile, we got paratroopers coming in, Fallschirmjägers coming in, so I love the double paradrop similarity on both sides, which is gonna be very good. Paratroopers are good both close and long range. Hold on, where are the paratroopers coming in? Oh, we see them. Oh, I'm sorry, it's not paratroopers, my apologies. It is a 50 cal machine gun. Meanwhile, this guy did get paratroopers, and let me explain. These additional FG-42s, no joke, are, oh my god, they are sweet, sweet, awesome. Like, again, with that plus everything else, I know those are very similar to what they already had, but the thing is about these Fallschirmjägers is because they made them so quick to veterancy, I've seen these guys just wreck tons of infantry now. And it's not even funny. So I'm curious to see if we're gonna actually demonstrate that, or it's gonna fail and just, you know, jinx me to fail for complete failure. But look, Khazar and Illustrious are both going Fallschirmjäger. Don't double up, but still, they're both going it, and I think they're doing it because of the fact that it's very powerful right now. It's a very good unit. Meanwhile, Fabio is bringing in some reinforcements. We have again, we have medical supplies coming in. We have a mortar coming in as well, and I think there is one more drop coming in. Hold on. Weapon supply creates targeted friendly territory. If tree units will move faster. Yes, okay. Or not. I thought there was more, but I guess there's not. At least they got a mortar, so the British have something. German forces launching a counterattack with a Puma hiding in the trees. Puma launching an attack, but we have here the AT gun firing, dropping smoke, I'm assuming to protect against the machine guns. Smoke as well coming in, so the Germans are kind of pouring on in. Again, you're versing a lot of close range guys, you have to be very careful, but it seems to be working out. Fallschirmjägers as well leading the charge, and Germans trying to beat back the Allies in this sector. It seems to be working out. They are advancing. Allies are retreating full force. There's actually medical supplies dropped here. We got a Rommel situation where he was able to attack an airfield and grab supplies to continue his advance into Africa. Fun fact, Rommel made it so far on Allied supplies. Good luck. Good job, Allies. Anyway, Puma trying to knock out the mortar pit. Fire grenades going off into the MG. Might be able to kill it. Nope. Not able to. Going defense, the mortar braces itself. MG now opening fire on the Puma. Again, very close to dying from the Puma itself. Good job with the MG. The mortar pit so close to dying. That's a double mortar pit that he built, and unfortunately one was destroyed. With the MG decrewed and a lot of the Allied forces still kind of recovering, I think the Germans will hold this for a little bit, but not too long. You can see here most of the German forces had to fall back. But they do have an MG that they kind of use to hold this position a little bit of time. Like I said, I don't think they'll be able to win it because I'm just not seeing a lot of men here, plus they could always flank. So Axis doing better in that sector. They were able to push, but they weren't able to keep their territory. Remember, if you advance, you can't just retreat fully out of it. If it's a strategic attack just to knock out enemy units, like you're just specifically targeting something, that's one thing. But if your goal is to take this territory, you did damage. You absolutely did. It's going to be harder for the Allies to hold against another assault like that. But I think the Allies will still be able to hold, still have control of this territory and use it to its benefit. So then maybe the next assault, you might be able to capture it, but for right now, the Allies are still gaining the resources from it. Meanwhile, British forces holding this area with also a sniper coming on in. Stern Pioneer, again, looks like they killed the Universal Carrier, but alas, they're not advancing. MG and mortar team set up, but alas, the artillery fire is just not helping. MG, I love this, just set up in the brush. It's like, shh, if anyone comes down the creek, we will literally gun them down. Sir, who's gonna come down this way? The Allies. The Allies will come down into the creek. Sir, we're down in this filthy creek. Okay, fair point. They might not come this way, but we'll be prepared nonetheless. Q artillery fire just clearing them out. Or flash flood. Anyway, once again, we have a push here, but German forces are tired of this and actually have the Panzer headquarters. Note, with Patch, now has the Panzer authorization upgrade, which essentially allows for cheap buildings, but So essentially, you can get the Obersoldaten. So that is that you can actually get that now. But for Panzer authorization, it's another upgrade, which also includes the flak for anti-air. So take note. Oh, good grenades. Might be able to kill the Pathfinders. Very close indeed. Right now, unit-wise, population-wise, mid-40s for the Axis. But allies are actually mid-40s as well, so it's anyone's game. Meanwhile, big battle going on. Puma lost to the Centaur, it looks like. And again, makes sense. Its flak guns can penetrate that armor the Puma has. Meanwhile, we got Fallschirmjägers already. Vet 1 knocking out the AT gun, or trying to. German forces trying desperately to kill that thing. They're going to need a Panzerfaust or something, I would say. But so far, nothing. Oh, main gun's destroyed. Mortar kills the MG in the house. Damn, that sucks. Fallschirmjägers. Oh, damn, they couldn't kill it. But you know what they can grab? The medical. They could grab those medical supplies, which, again, hilarious. Centaur did die, so that is a loss to the Allies. German forces coming back strong. Another mortar pit, though, set up by Fabio. God damn it, Fallschirmjägers get the medical upgrades. Oh, that did not... Fabio, you kind of supporting the Axis. Are you do we have a secret or Axis agent within the British here? I'm just saying. I know the German spies didn't do well in Britain, but I think there's at least one still kicking because they're supporting Illustrious pretty well. Meanwhile, Stuka opening fire on the Allies. Could we get a good hit? Damn, that was a good hit. British infantry barely clinging on. Mortar pit also back. Hurt slightly. The mortar got knocked out. And yeah, I did stop the Allied attack that was imminent. So Fallschirmjägers just hiding in the brush. We got armor company coming in. They might get ambushed. And again, I believe they get an additional damage boost for that. Oh my god, they don't see him. That's hilarious. Oh, this is going to be good. Light them up. Light them up, boys. Again, they don't have the bonus in they don't have their upgrade weapons, so Fallschirmjäger is not as powerful. I was expecting a grenade. Sherman just barreling down the road. More Fallschirmjägers deployed. We got Panzerfaust, but not much damage beside that. Another mortar pit was defeated by, I'm assuming, mortars or something. I'm actually... Oh, support gun, maybe. Which, again, actually doing quite a bit of damage. Let's see. Scavenge, Fallschirmjägers. Yeah, we're not seeing a lot of heavy art. We have some artillery CPU can do, but he's kind of tangled up in forest. I don't think he's going to be able to really build that stuff. He could, and actually artillery right here would be great, or an airstrike, whatever he could do. Meanwhile, the British, again, we have Fabio going tactical support, so very defensive base, but still a lot of good airstrikes. SC going armor company, as I mentioned before, paratroopers, and Royal Engineer Regiment. So we got a lot of supportive abilities, plus an AVRE. Folk squads being pushed back by the British. Again, the sniper just kind of chilling, got a few kills. But just helping clear this area. A half-track also here. Might need to lock it down, but at least is making sure the Axis can't push in. Luckily, there are MGs and Obersoldaten just mowing down. Holy God, quickly mowing down the riflemen. Yeah, and they're being pushed out very, very quickly. Meanwhile, on the far left flank, we have an Ostwind opening fire against these British forces. They're doing a damn good job at pushing them back. Very good job indeed. Meanwhile, riflemen pushing on the left-hand flank. Fallschirmjägers upgraded, I believe, with the upgrade weapons. Doing a decent amount of damage, but alas, the bars mowing it down. Actually, luckily, because of the suppression, Fallschirmjägers should be able to live. And Volk squad's coming back. We have a nice little blob here. 3 or more men is a blob. Anyway, they might be able to do some serious damage to that mortar pit. There's a Sherman. Oh my god. Go. Damn it. I wanted the Volk squad to steal the Sherman. I can't talk. Steal the shaman. They wanted to steal the shaman. Oh my god. No, I said sorry. Steal the Charmin. Charmin Ultra, the toilet paper the Allies have. That's what they wanted to steal. They don't have good toilet paper on the Axis side. It's a really, really sad thing. Anyway, Ostwind opening fire along with some infantry support, pushing back a lot of the British forces. But they do have an AT line, so that Ostwind should be easily pushed back. Fire coming down on this position. Damn good job with that. Again, they're slowly pushing that sucker back, which is very good to see. Again, pushing it back. Allied forces, though, still the retreat point and anti-air gun to stop the infantry from advancing too far, plus additional AT and MG lines. So honestly, they have enough MGs and stuff like that. I don't think the Axis are going to be able to advance. They did drop smoke, and the Obelsodan are kind of taking this area, but I think it's going to be very short. Again, your bundle grenade didn't do that much. You're going to need a fire grenade to really root out a fortification. Bundle grenades are really better against a more infantry-based target. But we do have a lot of mortar. Again, if you're wondering why there's fire, we have a mortar half track over here that's opening fire with fire to burn them out. Smart idea. Plus, he has a lot of Panzerwerfers. Counterpoint, he needs to play defensive in forest because otherwise he's not gonna... Luckily, with his limited troops, plus, who's this guy? Jose. Yeah, Jose. Jose's forces, he's actually doing a damn good job. With the fire, that should kill it. But, we see here the British have combat tanks, so I don't think this advance is going to gain much territory. They just don't have that much to fight that. Meanwhile, over in city, hot damn, Germans are doing quite well. Giant blob over in the sector. We have light artillery barrage over here. Oh, good bundle grenade. Oh my god, killing a lot of riflemen with that hit. Meanwhile, German forces trying to push back the Sherman at all costs. Actually, I take that back. That's not light artillery. That is tac support's ability. We can see here the British bases right here, and he used artillery cover, which hits infantry and other things in that sector. Stuka coming down, trying to hit the building and the mortar, but kind of missing both a little bit. Does some damage, but nothing too major. Plus, remember, the British base, again, acts as a nice little support structure. So it actually, again, you can call in airstrike, stuff like that. So if they get too close with anything, he can call in like strafing support, artillery, or like the little artillery barrage he called in. Sherman's still trying to hold him back. He has explosive rounds on, so that should hold back the infantry. Alas, though, the Germans, well, actually good kill with the Volk squad. The Germans still have this area under control, and they could decrew that Centaur for fuel, so that is a concern. Or Scavenge could decrew it. Meanwhile, I have no idea. This Wolverine is going deep and hard and actually kills the Stuka by its deep strike, but it did sacrifice itself, and honestly, it was a victory. But if we look at the American player, I don't think it was a grand victory that he won in. He lost the vehicle, he did kill the Stuka, so technically it was a positive gain. However, we look overall, we can see here the Allies are what, mid-30s? We have 20, 80, and yeah, honestly, they're in like probably the mid to upper 50s, I would say, where the Axis are kind of more like low 50s, but it's definitely close. And while they did knock out the Stuka, resource-wise, it's still damn close with an even split across the board. And with this, it's actually going to go to the Axis, actually. And the Axis, remember, do have some caches on the field. All the Allies do too. But it's anyone's game right now. Axis be able to come back with some good hits. Strafing support coming on in from the building, most likely, and managing to push them back. Remember, we got a nice strafing run coming on in, hitting targets in the sector. Panzerwerfer doing a damn good strike, knocking out the captain in the sector. Fabio just doesn't have that many men, though, or equipment. He's lost a lot of his forward defenses. Meanwhile, a Sherman trying to push in, but Fallschirmjägers are like, come at me, bro. I'm ready for it. I'm overpowered now. Okay, they're really not that overpowered, but they're doing a pretty good job, although plane crash over here may have killed the mortar a little bit. Fire coming down this sector. Ostwind trying to hold back the infantry. Comet Tank may see this as a possible target, though Panzer Grenadier's here and he's like, no, I'm not falling for that trap. I'm not taking that thing on. Though, if the closer he gets with this thing, the better it is for the Comet. Why he would charge, I'm not sure, but we do have a charge with the Sherman. Arm-piercing rounds might be applicable in this scenario. Again, Armor Company could place mines here, which would also be good. Stern Pioneer Squad not doing all that much. He could fight this, but he'll probably lose to the flamethrower. We got some more defenses coming over here with a mortar pit. 2 actually new mortar pits. Damn, just keep deploying those mortar pits. I don't think they can keep surviving. And honestly, it's a lot of manpower. If you keep wasting on mortar pits, I don't think you're going to win. I'm honestly saying you're not going to win that. But in any case, Kaiser, again, has 1 Fallschirmjäger squad with 12 kills. No upgrades yet. We have 2 of them, but with Illustrious, and they have a decent amount of kills. 1 Vet 1, 1 Vet 2. So good for him in that regard. We also have a Panther. Plus, again, the one nice thing about this is you do get the Airborne Strike, which is incredibly effective at holding back armor, infantry, and reinforcing your Fallschirmjäger squad. So that can be a huge boost for you. Again, they can try with this Armor Company push, but overall, I don't think they're going to win. Meanwhile, again, we have Artillery Strike over here coming in. And doing a damn good job, at least pushing them back. Sherman, again, getting a nice shot right on the Volk squad. And he does have the bulldozer upgrade, so he doesn't get... Hold on. Oh, I'm sorry. No, that's just a bulldozer. Wow, that thing is gonna suck. I just realized. I've been so used to, you know, non-bulldozers that I just realized that's an actual bulldozer. Because the armor company, not the other one. So, yeah, that thing's gonna not blow, but it... I'm not a big fan of it. Anyway, hopefully they can kill it, because I want all bulldozers to die. He's gonna probably kill this thing. Again, it's not terrible against infantry, but I just don't see why you would get this. Also, so close, so very close to dying. Big armor push in mid with an Oswin, a Panther, and another Panther, killing the mortar pit again. We have a Jackson and a Comet opening fire on this target. Comet got boosted a bit, so should be a little bit better. Fortunately, Panther's taking too much damage. Fire's coming down, so no one's taking that point. Luckily as well, German's actually taking back a little bit more of the force, so that's helping with the resources. Again, allies have a small lead right now because of additional caches going down, but I feel like the Germans, if they place additional caches in the back, would definitely be in a better scenario. Rifleman and Captain taking some damage from the Fallschirmjägers. Again, doing a pretty damn good job. Very close to killing this. They could maybe move in and take it, but there's too many Shermans. And well, this Sherman's still here, so I don't think you really want to. Meanwhile, again, Panther's still trying to push with AT gun, and Sniper's over here, which could crit it. So that is a possibility. Fabio's not doing great. He still doesn't have a lot of men right now. I think he needs to get something big in order to do a lot of damage. Meanwhile, we do have an AVRE deployed. So Mark 99 just deployed this thing. We'll see how well it does. I believe people usually tag team this with the designated command vehicle in order to make it a little bit better. Because if I recall correctly, the mark target, the command vehicle doesn't impact its fire rate, so like it does with other allied vehicles. So that might be a useful way. Bulldozer, I'll give it credit, doing damage. It has 9 kills, but yeah, King Tiger's saying, I'm sorry, little Sherman. What was that again? Oh right, yeah, you want to get out of my way. Anyway, yeah, it's just busting through all that stuff. We do have this thing, and it does miss the shot, but the King is... No one's full. It is charging. Armor... I don't know why he's charging against the King, but Armor Company better have something up its sleeve. AT gun now opening fire. That might be its trick, is just allow the other thing to do damage, but it doesn't help when you bounce the off-front armor. That's not helpful at all. Luckily, he does have a double AT gun line, but Fallschirmjäger is saying, I'm sorry, what was that? Right, you have 2 AT guns that are completely vulnerable to my unit. Luckily, MG from the Vickers with extended range stops that, although it's out of range typically, so that was a lucky hit in suppression. German forces trying to take back this, but artillery's coming in from British, I think. British base, I think. You opening fire? I think you're opening fire. Okay. I think it was British artillery. Anyway, they at least knocked out some of the resources. That's a nice thing. The Germans are losing more resources right now than the British. So, let's see. We do have... Let's flip the perspective a little bit and see how the British and Allied side is doing in this. So, overall, the Allies are, like, probably in the mid-60s, I would say. And that's actually because this guy's kind of bringing them down a lot. Okay, maybe mid to upper 60s. Panzerwerfer going pretty damn deep. Oh, good hit with the AVRE. Good shot, knocking out that squad. That might be their best bet, just kind of slowly reduce it. Because I think the Axis right now are, yeah, they're actually in the upper 50s, low 60s as well. So it's still a damn close game. Though, again, one positive note is the fact that the Allies managed to take, actually, I'm sorry, I kind of like casting on this side more. Sorry, Allies. I'm gonna side with the Germans on this one. Any case, they are holding him back, although we have Jackson kind of moving in. We have some guys overwatching this area that could take the pack gun and do some damage. 4-star support gun, good mortar. Again, they have a lot of good support weapons here, which should help hold the British back. Germans still trying to hold. We have an airstrike coming on in with the P-47s, baby. And they're hitting the Oswin, which is the anti-air, which may not be working. You got this! Come on, P-47s, you got this! And you get shot down. Well, maybe not. Maybe you don't got this. Although AVRE's like, well, F it, I'll charge. Come at me, bro. Oh, plane crash again. Up there it goes, almost hitting the Grenadier squad, but don't worry, it's alive. God. Anyway, Panther going balls deep, although there's an AT gun and a Comet there, so maybe not the best idea. Smoke being called in, I guess, to make sure it's alive. More smoke maybe being called in? Or kamikaze. I think it's more a kamikaze. You know, any German plane that comes into this area right now, or any plane in particular, I'm just gonna say it's a kamikaze at this point, because it's gonna do more. It's gonna do just as much damage when it drops its payload as it does probably falling into its unintended target. Meanwhile, King Tiger still holding this front with Sturm Pioneer Squad providing enough AT. There's still that double AT line that he has to worry about, though. If he can get the Fallschirmjäger squad close enough, he should be fine. He is going in for the ambush, which will do a lot of... Oh my god, that's a quarter damage right there. Although the Fallschirmjäger, again, needs health, so that's the issue. We have a Firefly coming in, so that should be enough AT to hold this sucker back. Jackson actually coming on the flank, but Verkenwerfer, very nicely done. Camouflage might be able to kill the Jackson in another hit if it gets sight. Panther sees it, he's like, fuck it, I'll get sight. And yeah, might be able to kill it. Does get the kill, and Jackson is a no-go. But the crewman did try to wave in front of the Firefly to say, get the hell away from here before you die from the double AT. Good for him. Fallschirmjäger's knockout target. Fabio losing a lot of men, and again, this building is on its last legs. It is barely holding on for life. Panther deciding, you know what? I'm going in for the charge, trying to come in. We have some type of artillery strike. Oh my god, planes going down, being shot down. It's, they're strafing. Oh my god! Good job on the Germans. Kamikaze knocks out the AT. And, yeah, this position got a lot more vulnerable. And AT strafe hits that. Damn, almost tries to go for the Firefly, but the plane is not able to correct its trajectory on the, while falling down. Oh, it looks like that plane... Oh, never mind. Meanwhile, Panther trying to charge, but there's too much armor in this sector. Though Stuka and artillery fire still hitting the sector. Great shot with the Aviary. Slows him down. Though the Stuka does get a nice shot killing the repair crew in that area. Verkenwerfer just trying to get shots on it. Though AT gun on the flank, pushing back the Ostwind. And again, there's still plenty of armor right there that you have to worry about. Meanwhile, an attack up mid didn't go as well with the Panzer Grenadiers. Looks like there's still enough infantry to hold them back. Overall, anti-air is still in that sector as well, so any German plane is going to be shot down immediately after it releases payload. Long strafing is not going to be cutting it in this round. Again, unfortunately, Illustrious did lose a lot of men in that push, but so did the British. Another Panzerwerfer strike coming on in. British forces losing a lot. And I will repeat this, a lot of infantry to artillery. So they need to do something about that very quickly. Though, even though the Panzerwerfers are doing damage, and I will be very frank about that, they are, Khazar doesn't have a ton of men, and his King Tiger is currently out of action. Funny enough, he went back to heal his King Tiger and forgot to get the upgrade. That's pretty funny. Anyway, he has tons of manpower though, so I fully expect him to use it very well and take back this left-hand side, which the allied player SZ has taken back. Meanwhile, Mark is doing a damn good job in mid. He's managed to use the Centaur as a command vehicle, not Xavier. Okay, that's fine. I think I would have given it to the Avari. Tell me if I'm wrong in the comments. I swear the command vehicle negatives don't affect the Avari, but maybe they patched that. Anyway, Avari does need healed, and luckily he still has a damn good army, even though it is very small, like a proficient army to maybe fight back these guys. Meanwhile, they're pushing on up, getting some good kills over here. This is a choke point though, but hats off to the allies for holding the sector. Avari going in by itself against the lone Panther, gets a great hit on damage and pulling back before things get too hairy. Meanwhile, over in the city, massive battle taking place with the King, lots of infantry and American forces with some British backing trying to take this sector, but it looks like the Germans have it. Long-range troops like the Obersoldaten and the MG40 34 are opening fire, trying to keep back the AT guns, and actually a lot of the infantry. Meanwhile, there's no infantry support anymore, so these AT guns are toast. King Tiger decides, oh, there's no AT. It's now my time for free reign in this sector. And yeah, he's just pushing on in. Panther is well supported with another Panther coming on in. We have artillery or something coming on down. I'm guessing it's an airstrike. No, it's artillery. So we could say goodbye to these Fallschirmjägers possibly. Good job with the... Never mind. apparently Armor Company was like, listen, we could use artillery to hold back the king and everything, or we could literally have our own artillery knock out the AT gun so the Germans can't get it, even though the Germans were killing it themselves. Good job, Armor Company artillery. Good job. Oh, boy. Resource-wise, it's still pretty even, though the Allies have a small advantage in munitions. Again, Axis need to put down some caches, and honestly, even though the OKW can't, it would be up to the one Wehrmacht player, and I don't think he has the manpower to right now, so he's out of the game right now in terms of that. Sherman trying to push up in this sector, and again, he has a lot of artillery, although he has a lot of Panzer Grenadiers, so any push here I think is going to be pretty useless. Though, even though he's been unable to really advance, he's doing a fine job at holding these key sectors here and here. So good job with UCPU for doing that. Meanwhile, again, hats off to the American Enterprise for keeping this sector pretty much under his control. He's been having to fight this guy in almost like a Viet Cong scenario where he can't just defeat him. He just keeps coming back for more. Meanwhile, P-47's coming back for more, and they're doing a hell of a lot of damage, though being shot down immediately by the anti-air in the sector. And, yeah, I don't think they'll survive. Nope, they immediately got shot down. So, there's enough AA on both sides that, yeah, planes are pretty much, useless after their first strike. Though, large armored assault by the British charging. Again, Oswin trying to hold back that infantry. Stuka too close to the front. Comet might take the bait and go after it. Though, Panther, it seems like they're leading up to a charge over here. But it looks like the British might put an end to that. Good, why is this Stuka charge? Stuka, get the hell out of here. Tac support coming in this sector, which is gonna, like, do this weird pin on... Dude, I don't know what this Stuka is doing, but I don't think it understands. It's not a frontline tank. Meanwhile... Oh, my God. Yeah, they're pulling back. Armor's being redistributed to this sector, though the attack support artillery is still being called in, which will hurt Armor. Make them slower to fire again. 3-star Comet. Good job there. 20 kills. Meanwhile, again, Germans have control of the city, but they don't control mid. So right now, star-wise, they're not exactly winning. They're doing better. Fabio, that's pretty much his last big move. Because while he's lost that building, hold on. I think he has the building back here. No, he has medics. Where the hell is he calling in that? Yeah, the flame mortar, that's fine. But where are you calling in the other stuff? I don't know. I don't see it. Anyway, armor's coming in on the... I don't know why this Panther's looking like this, but okay. A lot of air support coming on in. So, yeah, I'm going to guess Fabio's just calling in everything. I'm going to just make the assumption. Meanwhile, the Germans are repositioning their forces. Lots of AT, although some decrewed, in this sector. So, any armor, I think, will be pretty much held back for a decent time. And again, I think Khazar might come back on the flank over here. Though the long-range AT fire, again... He can honestly extend its range to do more, to at least pushing back the king. Again, very curious where this frontline building is that he's calling everything in, because it's not this. Because that goes to Mark. So, hold on. Fabio, where's your building? Oh, it's over here? Oh, damn, that's actually pretty sneaky. It's over in Forest, okay. So that's how he's able to call in the artillery cover and everything else. So that's cool. So right now the yeah, the airstrikes and whatnot that he called in actually did a decent job at holding back the Germans and doing quite a bit of damage, so good job there. Germans licking their wounds and unfortunately lost a bit of key territory, but they're not out of the woods yet. Panzerwerfers are still there, and actually Vet 3, oh my god. So they are returning artillery fire in this sector. I'm assuming killing the engineer squads will be a top priority for them. But they miss. They miss all by a wide margin. And get pushed back. Meanwhile, again, we have a push in this front, but the pack gun's like, get the fuck away, Jackson. You're not coming through here. Panthers take upon this opportunity. Might charge here. That might be a bad idea. I think there's too much armor and AT in this sector for them to charge in this sole area. But they might. Meanwhile, we have a big push by this American player over here. We got Mark once again pushing in mid. Again, I like his contingent of forces just doing a really good job at trying to hold back a lot of the German forces in this choke point. Doing a very good job. Panzerwerfer coming on in. A lot of artillery, killing quite a few men, pulling them back. But they're giving it everything they currently have. And, oh, AVRE barely misses. Massive explosion, though, in the water, causing water to just fall and mist to hit everywhere. Again, Germans, though, retook mid. Another assault over here. Panther trying to get a shot, but Jackson backing up the Sherman. And another Jackson backing up the Sherman. Pathfinders with bars moving on in. Pack gun redistributing, but they needs 8 infantry to hold back these Pathfinders. Pack gun will be annihilated if that is the case. Germans still holding this sector. Meanwhile, unfortunately, they did miss here, but it looks like Fallschirmjägers without the upgrade are taking back this sector and should be able to kill it. They do. Infantry on standby. This American player is on his last legs. He might be able to come around and sneak up on this infantry if he's able to push up fast enough. Remember, the LMG is no longer over here. So honestly, these guys should be able to flank around this way and take the stuff if he's quick enough. And remember, Fallschirmjägers do have a speed boost. They could honestly do Valiant Assault, which makes them move a lot quicker. So I always like when enemies steal the other person's equipment. That's a positive for me. Panther's trying to advance. Again, up MG42 upgrade would be good. I understand why he's not doing it. He wants enough for the airstrike, but I don't think the airstrike is that prolific when it's being shot down immediately. Panzerwerfer coming in, just knocking out a lot of the MGs and whatnot in this sector. Unfortunately, this American player is pulling on back, but he did his job. He took the territory and is keeping the German player at this choke point, which it's hard to come back from when you're being choke pointed like this, but it is possible. And remember, the same thing can be done over here, so it's not like one-sided. Both sides can easily be choke pointed. AVRE's like, hello, bitch, what's going on? Oh my god, and yeah, Panzerwerfer being like, yeah, I'm running. I'm not dealing with this shit. Yeah, say goodbye. Did kill it, but at least pushed it back. We have airstrikes coming on this left-hand sector. King Tiger just hanging out. Oh, I'm sorry, artillery. Oh, it kills the men. Hot damn. Meg's currently healing the Fallschirmjäger squad. Big possible breakthrough attempt coming through here. Panther trying to stop it. Panzerwerfer's though being like, oh, we have made a mistake. Again, there's still one right here. You need more, but luckily he might be able to kill the Jackson if he gets the last shot off. He won't. P-47's coming on in as well. Nice shot. Panther's barely alive, though. Again, Jagdpanzer coming on in. Lots of Panzergrenadiers. Gets a great kill on the Jackson. Men flying into the forest. Oh, man, good job. You're hiding behind the trees, man. Good job, good job. Anyway, we have additional airstrikes coming on in. Oh, hot damn. That was a lucky shot just firing through. Meanwhile, armor pushing in mid. Oswin looks like got defeated. The other Centaur's still alive. More armor pushing in. Jackson's coming on the flank. Panther barely alive. Fallschirmjäger just trying to hold on to whatever they can. I'm assuming by just firing a Panzerfaust at it. King trying desperately to move positions, but it's being hit by attack support, I think, because his main gun was knocked out for a time. Firefly and Double Jackson opening fire. Luckily, this thing definitely lost its main gun. Another armored unit, if it can move in, would be very helpful, though it's healing right now. King Tiger pulling on back. Smoke coming in to stop him from being annihilated. And good job on that part. But I think if they advance with the Jackson, which is exactly what he's doing, he's going to be screwed. He needs something else in this fight. Honestly, send in the Panther. A great shot. Jackson's giving chase. Suppression run. Good timing for that. Although plane crashes over in the distance. Good ambush right there with the Panther coming back with slightly better health and ambushes and kills the Jackson, overextending the American line, and he might just be able to get that Jackson under his control. He is quickly repairing it to get back its engine. Very smart move, because otherwise if he would have repaired it, he probably would have lost. And getting the hell out of there before the Volk squad chased him down to kill him. Meanwhile, his other allies, like Illustrious, unfortunately have been, lost quite a number of men in their respective fronts. So that is a key issue. Again, good job for this British guy. Mark 99 doing a fantastic job. Aviary 24 kills, doing really good. Actually killed a vehicle, so good job there. And again, this is a big issue. It's like this area of choke point. Honestly, place some mines or something. Germans not out of the woods yet. They're down, but they're not out. Panzerwerfer returning fire, though I'm curious where it's going to hit. Oh, there's a building here, too. Okay, so Fabio's really gone to support structure. Damn good Stuka. Knocking out the repair crew, and actually just the main crew for that unit. So he's going to need to bring out a re-echelon squad to reman that, like now. Or he could drop a Fallschirmjäger squad and recap that. That would be funny. I keep saying recap, I know, but that would be really funny. Oh, man, that thing died real quick. Church, oh my god, Crocodile being annihilated. Just when you think the Germans are out, they're like, F you, we're going to kill a lot of troops. And managed to get a good kill here and there, though the British are coming in full force with their AVRE and their Comet. So we'll see what exactly happens. Oh my god, so much fire. Meanwhile, we do have a allied front here with a lot of Jacksons. He needs a ton, also support gun with 15 kills. Holy shit. Again, lots of kills and stuff. Remanded for cannon warfers, by god. Again, a lot of good artillery cover provided in this sector. And artillery's coming in. There goes the Panzerwerfer. Panther's trying to hold, but there's too much AT in this sector by the Jacksons, Comet, AVRE. Okay, AVRE's not AT, but you get the point. It's doing a lot of damage. It's also Vet 3, which means more explosive rounds. Artillery coming down. P-47's hitting them. Although anti-air shoot will probably shoot them down almost immediately. Oh, no. That's actually not... Oh, right. The Oswin died, so they have not as much anti-air. But we do have Khazar. Again, ton of manpower and fuel. It's probably the best guy on the German team next with Illustrious, which is hilarious because they're all going these Fallschminger groups. Oh, God. Although the Volk squad's right now with the highest veterancy. Kind of hilarious, although good job there. Artillery coming down here. Plane crash knocks out the building. Hot damn. And that was actually an allied one, so that was a friendly fire right there. Oh boy. Unfortunately, these these things do need repairs. I think it would have been a little bit smarter to move this a little bit over, so that way you can have double repairs on it. Might help out. You know, friendly allied support, or for the Germans. King Tiger's moving on in, though. SZ's not done yet. Jackson coming on in, opening fire against the Panther, getting a nice shot. Panther, I don't know why, showing its ass to a bunch of Jacksons, but Jackson's like, I'm not into that foreplay, and actually going into mid. I think what they see right now is if we control mid, we win this game, which is not wrong. And honestly, there's enough allied protections in force. I don't see the Axis pushing in there, though I think it would be a smarter move to do a sudden attack with an army. I don't think Green, I think Green's busy holding this front. Maybe if you move Green's forces over right and then move Fabio, or I'm sorry, Jose over, that might be better. But Jose needs to pull out more men. He is very low in overall. But the Allies, again, while they have two guys very low on men, the other two guys, Enterprise and Mark, still have huge reserves and huge amounts in their army. So I think they still have a shot to win this game. On either side, again, both sides I think have a really good shot. Getting it in the building, because like, yeah, we'll hide in there. Meanwhile, again, Jackson's actually shooting that. I just realized there's no other Axis in the sector. Jackson's friendly fire rifleman, okay. And actually lead to the, is he gonna lead to the death of this? No, okay, thank God. Alright, well, whatever. It's fine. Friendly fire and friendly fire. So they both jointly killed their teammates. Good job. Good job, allies. Oh boy. Jagdpanzer pulling back after the amount of AT. Stuka opening fire. I'm assuming in this sector. There's a lot of... Oh, wait, nope. Hitting here. Knocking out 2 AT guns and hitting some in mid. Again, hats off to Khazar just getting the flank. He's definitely pushing against the allied player, which may force the British to redistribute. Double Jackson is the last defense this guy has. And again, this entire front is very vulnerable to just being completely driven back. This could be a good flanking opportunity if the Allies had long-range artillery, but they don't. They don't have priests, they don't have Katyushas. There's nothing back there that's worth a major hit. Maybe quickly kill the ambulance, but you can't kill anything very quickly unless you have like elite armor and additional rounds. But Panther's coming in. Plane crash coming in, hitting the Comet. Great job by the double German front here. Knocks out the Jackson, kind of sit there. Again, while I do agree hitting this area is smart, we do have P-47s. I'm sorry. Wait, no. What is this? Oh, it's artillery cover coming in. So artillery cover is going to come in and hit this. Centaur's going to die. Oh my god. Yes, gets the kill. Artillery cover coming in, hitting this position. AVRE coming. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Oh, good. Okay, not great hit, but good hit. Hitting the Fallschmingers, pushing the one squad back. King Tiger and Panther going to lick its wounds, but again, the British have to pull over their own men, and Fallschmingers have calling in their own air support, which should help actually for them to take this point, because again, they can reinforce from it and call in little guys from the sky to, you know, help out. Although artillery cover is still in the sector, so we'll see how long that lasts. MG being annihilated. Again, armor equip being healed on the front, because there's nothing stopping them. So much so, my cat's even interesting. She got up from her nap. We have Centaur, again, being healed by the artillery, or smoked by the artillery cover. Fallschmingers being healed on the front. Nice job with the Verkade Morphers coming back. They're trying to heal. British and Allied forces doing everything in their power. in a last-ditch effort. Allies, oh god, this is a good game. This is close. I have no idea what's going to happen. Good Stuka Bomb kills the MG. Avery, though, coming on in. Can it come back? That's a hit. That's a hit. Illustrious losing his top-tier men. And unfortunately, just getting blown up. Remember, Event 3 gets an additional fire ability on that. So that's pretty damn cool. Jackson being pretty much knocked out after one more hit. It does. And there goes all of SC's forces, leaving the left flank completely open to a German counterattack. Meanwhile, again, we have a lot of German resources. SC disappears at the last second. Hot damn. Yeah, and again, what's weird is I'm not seeing this guy push on this front or do any kind of major actions. He's still hitting the stroke point, which is fine. But, I don't know. It's like, CP's there. Oh, no. Alright. But I'm curious why he isn't trying to do more. But in any case, remember, Khazar has tons of manpower and fuel. If he takes a casualty, it's not a huge loss for him, though I think he needs a little more men. The British and the the Americans are prepared against them. Hold on. The bulldozer's even coming over here. They're prepped and ready to go. We have artillery coming in mid to stop the Germans from taking this area. It's anyone's game at this point still. I think one decisive defeat for the Germans would knock them out of play. But hot damn, it's anyone's game. It's alright. Again, great shot with the AVRE back there. Sure, alright, stop getting bulldozers. If they can do a massive counterattack and smash the Tsar before he's able, because the problem is he doesn't have a lot of infantry, so a quick smash and a quick pin of his men could lead to a complete collapse of his front because he has so few men guarding such a large territory. AVRE pushing on mid, trying to go for a nice AVRE hit. Smoke coming in, allowing, actually, weirdly enough, for his retreat. So, yeah, that's weird. Because I think that was a German plane. Yeah, it was. I guess it was for recon. Allies trying desperately to hold on to mid. A lot of Panthers right now on the front. I think Green has 3. Yeah, he's completely got rid of his Panzerwerfers. Artillery's being made, which we'll see how the things go. Oh, damn. Again, Centaur's dead, but I think the Panthers are taking quite a number of hits from the airstrikes. How long they last is anyone's. Yeah, it's up to anyone, really. We have a Pack 40 hitting this area. Jackson's trying to hit the front, but there's very tight cover. That's the problem with that. Meanwhile, again, the British are pretty much lining up for a counterattack in this front. AVRE trying to go for a shot on anything. 45 kills. Hot damn, that's probably one of the best AVREs I've seen in a while. King Tiger being healed, but it is weak. It is not up to full strength, although we have another Panther coming in, which could help. Meanwhile, massive battle going on in mid. Let's remove this to see what the hell is going on. Allies trying to go in for a massive counterattack, though. Panthers coming on the flank. The Jacksons are being routed very quickly by the push, even with the additional airstrikes and artillery. Yeah, there's too much. The Allied forces push back, and the Germans are now. Oh wait, they might overextend. There is some AT in this sector. Meanwhile, the British preparing for attack against this player, Cesar. Now is the focus on mid, which actually Cesar is sending his own men. Again, no infantry cover for his tanks, which could be the key. Artillery cover looks like coming in this sector, helping push back a lot of the infantry, though Germans control mid. Stuka opening fire, where I'm assuming here, to try to kill some of it. Nope. Hitting the base over here, killing the AT and the howitzer, knocking both of those out. German forces preparing for a counterattack in this sector, hoping to break the Allied hold, though Firefly and Centaur coming out on the flank. But at that moment, Cesar is also bringing up his King Tiger and Panther along against the Bulldozer, which can't stand up or match it in any way possible. So it's just pretty much just being a damage soaker rather than a damage dealer. Infantry advancing with AT, trying to break this guy's forward base and medics. Meanwhile, Allied forces are pulling back. Illustrious now leaves. Why'd he leave? He still has a ton of men in armor. It must have been a drop. Airstrikes coming in. Literally anyone could win this. Jackson's coming on in. Anti-air shooting down the planes, though, doing a little bit of strafing support. Double Jacksons. Again, not enough AT unless Avery can turn the tide. It is anyone. Oh, boy. Come on. Oh, nope. Jackson's too much. It's too much. And the King Tiger and Panthers are going to take this opportunity to advance. Also, we have a Stern Pioneers coming on the flank from behind, routing the British and Allied forces as they retreat. Though Centaur will deal with them quite quickly. Aviary trying to stop the king, but it's not enough. It is not enough. Aviary pulling on back. Firefly getting some nice shots, but Jackson, again, not able to recover. Again, Enterprise, you'd be better if you got out, quickly healed, and got back in. But that is it. The Allies are done for. Nice German counterattack, taking back this sector and allowing them an opportunity to win. Now, let's look at the damage report. Damage report says, and by the way, thank you to Mark99 for submitting this replay. You did fantastic in this. Most damage on the Allied team and most kills. You got a positive KD, and honestly, you were one of the best players. Why? Your combo was great. You had great Firefly. Your Aviary, I would assume, was your best unit. Hold on, let's verify this. No, Comet did 30,000 damage. Holy God. Very good job there. Very, very good job. Aviary got 44 kills. Nothing to sneeze at. Specialists were working overtime. But yeah, I feel like what Fabio, to be 100% honest, Fabio, I think you relied too much on your building. You didn't have a good army. And while the support was great, anti-air stopped your air support, although artillery cover was still a very nice touch. They couldn't block that. And you needed a more stable army that could survive, because your army just kept dying over and over again. I think the over-reliance on fortifications via the mortar pits didn't help you out at all. I think you lost way too much manpower on that. You needed really good armor. And I think you're sacrificing your Churchill in mid just didn't help at all. SZ did fine, though I think he was slowly being beaten out by Khazar. And I think Khazar was just, overall, I think a more competent player. Sure, definitely the Allied player, specifically the American, got some good hits in. But over time, Khazar was able to slowly wear him down in advance. Though I think he just wasn't able to capitalize on it as much as he could have. He won battles, but he didn't necessarily get the territory during every battle. And the American player would quickly refresh the lines and kind of dig in again. So I think if he would have moved in a little bit faster, that might have messed it up, but it might have made him able to hold the territory. So it's anyone's guess. But he definitely had good unit preservation. Look at this. Again, a lot of good units. A 4-star king. Nothing to sneeze at all. And as well, lots of manpower. Again, you could yell at him for having over 2,000 manpower, but he's at pop cap. He's good. Same thing with Illustrious. I'm guessing it was a bug spot or something. He did very well. Not as good as Khazar, but still very good indeed. CPU did fine. He was playing very defensive. He lost a lot of his artillery, but he did a damn good job at trying to hold against an area he knew he lost from. So good job there. Jose, very good job as well with the Jagdpanzer. Vet 4, nicely done. Though definitely lost a lot of units, and I'll probably say the weakest OKW player. He still did what he could, so I'll give him competency for that. And then finally, we have Enterprise. Enterprise, you did very well for holding Forest, though I will criticize you. You did hold Forest, although I think you could have definitely used it as a... You definitely could have taken more opportunities to move through and cause more issues, because the German player was actually surprisingly resilient, and I think it's because you were kind of held back. I think launching more attacks with paratroopers and kind of surprising them in forest for ambushing would have really helped you out in holding the forest. Like having troops like hidden here, because we saw like guys moving through on the German side, but you didn't really have ambulances and stuff like that. Oh, sorry, airborne really moving through to ambush them. And you did have some good sneak attacks here with the Jackson killing a lot of the artillery, but other than that, it didn't necessarily lead through. And calling in also so many airstrikes with planes on both sides, I will say, because both the Axis and the Allies call a lot of plane strikes that immediately fell and killed their respective units, whether there's a Comet, the airbase, or honestly some of their own troops on the German side. So I think using munitions for more mines and more other like structures and abilities might have been slightly better. I mean, unless you call friendly fire a positive, I think that would have helped. But overall, it was a very close game. I think, honestly, unit preservation really was the key. And also, the other key was just taking opportunity on like a weaker player. SZ just could not stand up to the king, and I feel like he needed a little more support. Mark, you did great at smashing the Axis in mid, and I could see why you did that. You wanted to go for the star, but I think smashing Caesar might have been a better move. You were ready for it, but you weren't able for that strike, and that definitely did cost you a little bit. But this was a great game. Thank you so much, Mark99, for this. Definitely a good refresher. Anyway, submit your replays to greyshotproductions@gmail.com. But it's been Greyshot17, and I'll see you guys next time. Wait a second, before you guys go, I have a couple people I need to give a shout out to because they are so amazing, awesome, and just really supportive of my content. Those people include Milam, Ace, WhiteHotD, Josh, Folkvard, Javi, Jfoe, Joey, jrchicklis, Little Koosh, Mustaach, Onlyplayapples, Pyroshark, Streakingwookie, GTA, Jakub, and Kevin Gao. Thank you guys so much for your incredible support. You guys are amazing. This has been Greyshot17, and I'll see you guys next time.